I'm Beverly Burke, and Richard Scher is off today, and people are talking about changing your life by simply changing your voice. Speech therapist Dr. Mort Cooper he is a nationally acclaimed speech therapist who has helped stars like Joan Rivers and Lucille Ball improve their golden chords. Now, he says that we could all use help in sounding better and being more effective every time we open our mouths. Just what can a voice do for us?
It can make us wanted. It can make us liked, loved, lusted, hired, respected, listened to. And it can also get us fired and alienated and lost.
Oh, goodness. I'll take all of the above from the first list.
If I talk like this to you,
yes,
what does that voice do to you?
It's kind of irritating.
It turns you off, doesn't it?
Yes.
If I do, I feel that the situation, Henry Kissinger talks like that. He's a success despite the voice. If he had a voice like Ronald Reagan, just imagine where Henry Kissinger could be. He's the voice of doom and gloom. I feel that the situation, he talks like that.
And he is very serious.
What's that?
That is a very serious tone.
It's a down voice. And we like a voice that's open, that's friendly, that's charming, because it opens our entire life. It makes us listenable. It makes us wanted. It makes us heard. That's what the voice can do for us.
And the voice can do all these things, open up worlds and fame and fortune?
Sure, because all radio and television, movies, is based on the voice itself. That's why we listen to people. We listen to Richard Basehart. We listen to Gregory Peck. We listen to Cheryl Ladd, Diane Carroll, Anne Bancroft, Joan Collins.
We do listen to those people.
Because they have gorgeous voices and sounds that turn us on.
Well, now, we're going to try and help a lot of people this morning by changing your voice. So we want you to call 481-1313. But you know, one thing that comes to mind right now is that if you're just born with a voice, I mean, if that's your voice, that's what you're stuck with.
That's not true. You're not born with a voice. That's the misconception.
You're not born with a voice?
No, because if you were born with a voice, you'd have a little cry, a child's cry. You have a voice when you're 12 to 15, which changes. And we all have a change of voice, but most of us never use our real voice, our natural voice. And that's why I wrote a self-help do-it-yourself book, which tells you in seconds how to change your voice, in minutes a day, how to develop a voice that everybody would like, basically.
We could do it right away.
We can do it right away.
Let's do a little exercise.
Okay.
All right, now tell me something that I can do with my voice. I'd like more authority. Yeah. I like power.
You want power?
I want power.
All right, I want you to do one thing for me.
Okay.
I want you to lower the pitch just about one note.
Lower the pitch.
Just the pitch, one note.
About one note.
You just got power.
I just got power.
You just got power.
I'm awesome.
You are awesome.
Look out.
You are. Listen
I'm
to that.
taking over.
Listen to that voice. Do you realize what you've just done?
What did I just do?
You've got assertive voice, you've got power, and you've got authority. How long did that take?
It only took a second. Well, see, now how do you hold on to it? Because, you know, I just laughed and I just broke the whole train,
now
right?
Think again a bit. What did I tell you to do?
You said...
one note lower.
One note lower.
Right.
And I just dropped it again.
That's power.
That's power.
That's authority.
Okay. I'm single. How about the sexy end of things?
All right. Now do the same thing.
Oh.
Only this time, make it a little breathier, and don't make it so hard.
Okay.
Drop it down again.
Drop it down to about there.
Right.
There is fine,
and
right?
And say, hi, how are you feeling?
Hi, how are you feeling?
Come on, even lower. Even lower.
Okay, a little lower.
Now, make it breathy down there. Hi.
Breathy?
Yeah, breathy.
All right.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
You got sex?
I got sex.
You got the whole thing. You have everything to begin with. Now you've got that. You got the whole thing.
We have a lady at the mic. What is your voice like? Let's hear you.
Really, right now, this is it.
Okay.
And what I would like, especially in my line of work, is to be able to come across as a pleasant person, but have the authority that's needed in dealing with some of the people I deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Sure. Would you like to change it? Would you let me help you?
Yes.
All right. I want you to do something for me, and I want you to do it just as easily as I say you to do it. I want you to say right and lower your pitch. I want you to say right, lower.
Right.
I want you to say it louder.
Right.
Say no.
No.
Say it louder.
No.
Say it louder.
No.
Now count 1 to 5 there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
A little louder down there.
1, 2, 3,
You're very
4,
soft. I want you to
5.
get a little. I want you to talk to me like I'm a little hard of hearing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You're getting better. Now lower it again. And 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I like that voice.
Thank
you hear the
you.
difference?
I like that voice. How do you like it?
I like it.
Who are you going to use that voice on?
I don't think I really should tell on the air.
There's too much upper resonance. You want to get more oral resonance. You want to make it richer and fuller and more attractive, and that's what you can do very quickly. You can change your voice very quickly. You're too high, and I want you to drop down lower. I want you to say the rain in Spain is mainly in the plain. I want you to say it lower. Can you do that for me?
The rain in Spain is mainly lower in the plain.
I like that.
Oh, that's nice. I think you've come far in just 2 minutes. But you know, don't go away from the mic yet. Is it true that women have more of a problem making a voice change than men? No.
Why would you? In this feminist era, are you going to say that in front of the ladies?
I don't know. I thought maybe our vocal cords are different from men's vocal cords, aren't they?
No, but most people in this country, men and women, have lower-pitched voices. They can have a macho sound, they can have a sexy voice, they can have anything they want, but they have to learn how to use it around the mask, around the face mask, and not in the lower throat. If it's in the lower throat, now this is lower throat, I feel it's lower throat.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that.
Now, Charles Boyer, the ladies love Charles Boyer.
Oh, yeah.
All these years I wanted to hold you in my arms because I take you to the cat spot.
Charles Boyer, welcome to People Are Talking.
But you see, ask people if they want a voice. You understand? Like Walter Brennan, they don't want a voice like that. Nobody wants that voice. Why? Except Walter Brennan, because it was a character voice. And they don't want Mr. Rogers' voice because he talks like, hello, boys and girls, how are you? See? But men and women have the ability to have a rich, full, sexy, attractive, assertive, a voice of authority, anything they want. They just have to learn how to do it.
All right, we're going to help somebody out on the phone right now. Caller, you're on Channel 13's People Are Talking.
Hi, Beverly. I do not like my voice. 2 reasons. One is I have a little bit of a Baltimore whine, and another is that a lot of people tell me I sound like a little girl. I'll answer the phone, and my husband's lawyer called and said, hi, is your daddy home? I said, no, but my husband is. I mean, I'd like to change that.
Would you let me help you?
Huh?
Would you let me help you?
Yes.
All right, it's very simple. And you have the usual syndrome, which I wrote about in the book. Is your mother home or is your father home when you answer the phone? And it gets very annoying and very bothersome.
Yes.
Now, here's what we have to do. You just said yes. I want you to say yes 2 notes lower. Say yes lower.
Yes.
That's even lower. Say no lower. No.
All right. No.
Now come on down even lower. Say no.
No.
Oh, I like that. Now say right down there. Right.
Right.
All right, now you're getting better. I don't want you to push too hard. I want you to say it easily and say the rain in Spain is mainly in the plain in that lower voice. The rain in Spain is mainly in the plain.
The rain in Spain is mainly on the plain.
Now, that doesn't have a whiny sound. It has a lower pitch. It has more authority. It has real sound. Now, do you like that voice?
I still would like to get rid of a little bit of the whine and the high pitch.
Well, it's gone as soon as you use the low. Beverly, do you hear the change?
I see that. I hear the change.
Yes.
As soon as you talk lower. Thank you very much for calling. And if you don't like your voice, give us a call, 481-1313. We're going to change your voice on People Are Talking. Change Your Life by our Dr. Morton Cooper. He says simply by following these simple exercises, in a matter of minutes, you can change the focus of your life, and we're going to do just that for some people on People Are Talking. Good morning, caller. You're on the line.
Beverly?
Yes, good morning.
I love your program, and I would like to ask Dr. Cooper what he can do for my voice. I love goofing off and kidding around all the time, but I'm forever being answered a yes, sir, on the telephone.
I understand.
They take me for a man instead of a woman.
Well, if they saw you, they wouldn't take you for a man, they take you for a woman. Isn't that right?
Definitely.
Of course. Now, let's change your voice so we have a whole person, okay? We'll take you to our Camelot. I want you to use a very simple technique. I just want you to relax and say, mm-hmm, spontaneously and sincerely, and I'll do it first. So I say, mm-hmm. Could you say mm-hmm?
Hmm.
Yeah. Now just say mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Now, where do you feel that mm-hmm? Do you feel that around your lips and nose?
From the diaphragm.
Good. Do you feel a ring and a resonance around your lips and nose? There's a tingle. Just say it again. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yes, I do.
Good. Now, you see, you talk lower. I want you to do this for me. I want you to say hello like I'm a little hard of hearing, and you say hello.
Hello.
No, I don't want you to say it so low. I want you to say it a little higher. Like I'm a little hard of hearing, you say hello.
Hello.
Good. It's going up there. I want you to say the rain in Spain up there. The rain in Spain. Say it a little higher and about 2 or 3 notes higher than you usually speak.
The rain in Spain.
Go on. Is mainly in the plain.
Is mainly in the plain.
All right. I think you're getting much better. Now say it in the old voice.
The rain in Spain is mainly in the plain.
Now say it in the old voice. Come on down in the old voice.
The rain in Spain is mainly in the plain.
You can't get down to the old voice.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you
It's
very
a
much.
pleasure.
So much.
Wow. We have a lady at the mic right now with a question.
Yes, my question is I would like to change my voice so that it has a more powerful effect. And also, how do you sustain the changes that you're telling us about?
It's very easy, I think, to find the real voice. That takes seconds. My field says it takes a long period of time, and I developed a very simple technique where it allows you to change the voice quickly, but then in minutes a day you have to concentrate and make a commitment to use what I want you to do. And it's a step-by-step technique, just minutes a day to do it. It's like anything, and you have to practice a new habit. Can I change your voice for you?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to say yes, and I want you to say it lower, about 2 or 3 notes. Yes.
Yes.
I want you to say no like you really mean no.
No.
I want you to say it louder. No.
No.
Ah, now you're getting much more authority and resonance in there. I want you to say really like you're really down there. Really?
Really?
Yeah. Now say it louder. Really?
Really?
Yeah. Now count to 5 with that voice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But I want you to talk to me like I'm almost deaf.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You feel you're loud, but you're really not. And what I want you to do is I want you to talk louder and lower. Louder and lower. Can you do that? Count to 5 now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now tell me your name.
Betty Holt.
Okay, is that a different voice than you came up with?
Yes, it is.
Thank you very much.
Nice to
All right.
meet you,
Now,
Ben.
when you use that voice, you see you're resonating over here and you're using the lows of your voice. And if you do that, you get a very attractive, appealing voice, and people will respond to you with respect and listen to you. But if you talk like this, if you talk breathy, people don't listen to that. They feel that you're standoffish, that you're indifferent, and that you're not sure and certain of yourself. You see, when I talk to, and actually if I talk like this to you, I used to talk like this. When I went to college, I heard myself on a tape machine. I talked like that, and I said, there's no way I talk like that.
That sounds like New York.
It is. And I went to Brooklyn College, and I thought the tape machine was broken. The secretary said, Cooper, you broke the tape machine. And she recorded herself. She said, 1, 2, 3. She says, you're right, you broke that tape machine.
Well, but one thing, she's going to walk out of here and she's going to run into a friend on the street and she's going to want to use that new voice. What is she going to have to remember in her head so that she can apply that again?
You have to think lower, and you have to think louder. Lower and louder. Can you remember 2 things? Lower and louder. I want you to say the rain in Spain, in my range. Try it down. The rain in Spain.
The rain in Spain.
Now I want you to say it louder. Louder and lower. The rain in Spain is mainly in the plain.
The rain in Spain is mainly in the plain.
And there's your voice. Louder and lower. 2 very simple
All right,
things. Can you hear the
thank you.
difference?
Thank you very much.
Can you tell the difference?
Yes, I can tell the difference.
There's your voice.
But Dr. Cooper, how were you able to change your voice? I mean, after all, that voice, would you give us that voice again?
You mean when I talk like
yeah,
that?
Well,
I had a hard time changing it. And one of the reasons I wrote a self-help do-it-yourself book so that anybody could do it is because I wrote scientific books and scientific articles, and people would come in and ask me, is there some way they can have a self-help do-it-yourself book? They live in different parts of the country, and they don't want to come to Los Angeles, and they don't want to spend money, and they want to do it in the privacy of their own home.
You want it simple.
Simple. So I did it simple, and this is a technique that
But who helped you find your voice?
I had a lot of problems. I had people help me, but it took me years. And now I can do it simply and quickly, and that's what people are finding. So that's the way it's done.
Simple. And do you have to think lower and
Well,
louder?
unfortunately, I went from a nasal voice to a Henry Kissinger voice. I went from this voice, I went all the way down here. 2 well-intentioned speech professors put me all the way. I lost my voice. And that's how I got into the field of speech pathology and began to train with voice and help people. So it takes, you have a lemon, make lemonade out of it.
Okay. Caller, you're on Channel 13's People Are Talking.
Good morning, Beverly.
Good morning.
I think that I got Dr. Cooper's old voice that he lost. And I very recently missed out on a very nice radio career because of the tape. It sounded terrible. I had the swear combination New York, Philadelphia accent. So I'm delighted to hear him speak about this morning. I was just wondering approximately how long could one expect to hear some permanent results in following your exercises, and do you recommend using a tape recorder?
Yes, I do recommend using a tape machine. I explain that in the book because you basically don't hear yourself as you actually are. You hear yourself through the bones of your head, and it sounds artificial, thin, theatrical when you change. How long does it take to change? Some people change in one session. We just had a young lady come in. She's a bank president, Jacqueline Fernandez, and she suffered with a problem for 20 years. And she read the book, and in one session she did what I wanted. Others just read the book and can do it. It takes 1 to 3 months of following what I want you to do. Some take a week, some take 2 weeks, but it takes a pattern of change. Can I change your voice?
Sure, I'd love you to.
Okay. May I do that, Beverly?
Sure.
All right. You're too high and you're a little too nasal. I want you to lower the voice. I want you to say, I really would like to do that. And I want you to lower it about 2 notes. Would you do that for me?
I really would like to do that.
Well, what's the difference?
That's that. I started out high and dropped low.
Right.
I've heard
Would you try
that.
it again?
I really would like to do that.
That's authority, that's fullness. Now, you asked me, do women have different chords than men? Of course, they have different bodies, but they have voices that are very low, sexy, sultry, authoritative, and highly listenable. And if you use that voice, you're going to be highly listenable, and people are going to respect you and respond to you. What do you think?
I know that for sure. Thank you very much,
Can I
caller.
just ask you, is the book now available in local bookstores here in Baltimore?
I think
yes,
so.
I believe it's by Macmillan. It's sold out in Los Angeles 3 times, and it's going into a second printing. So if you can get a copy, enjoy it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and you've got some wonderful celebrity stories that we
Yes.
are dying to hear. We'll be
Yes.
right back to hear those. Stay with us. Speech therapist Dr. Morton Cooper is telling us about some famous celebs that he has helped. Tell us your favorite story.
The one I really love the best is the one with Anne Bancroft. It's the story is in the book. Anne Bancroft came to me some years ago, and she had some problems. She was going to do Golda, and the story is in the book. It took 5 seconds to analyze her voice, and she screamed at me.
She screamed.
She screamed at me. She said I should wear a tie. In the office, I don't wear a tie. And I should have a beard, and I should have a German accent, and I should wear a tweed jacket, which I don't wear a jacket in the office. I like to relax. And she said, it's too fast. I said, if I'm right, would she please help me? And if I'm wrong, of course, she could hurt me. And she gives an interview in the book telling about it, that it's worked.
What kind of a voice did she have before?
She had problems. She was talking in a lower throat, and we changed that very quickly, and we used the technique, and it works very well. And it's a mind-boggling, simple technique which replaces the piano and the pitch pipe and horse and buggy techniques. We all have that inherent ability to say which we say all day long. And the way you practice a new voice is you just say throughout the day, and you're practicing on your voice, and nobody knows that you're practicing on your voice, which is the key to carryover.
But to play such a unique character like Golda Meir, was she at all straining her voice in making this adjustment?
No, not when you place the voice up in the mask. When you use the voice up in the mask around the lips and nose, the voice will never tire. That's a basic concept. Most Americans think that if you use your voice, it gets tired after a while. That's misuse. Many people commit voice suicide. They don't know there's a natural, well-efficient voice in there because they've never had lesson 1 on the speaking voice. And here's a book that explains how they can do it simply.
What about Michael Jackson? Everyone wonders that when he's talking in that little soft voice, that
He's a falsetto.
is that his voice really?
No, I don't believe so. When he was with President Reagan, he laughed once, and that's his real voice. He's a lower voice. And for one reason or another, in my opinion, he's not using that voice. He may not know it's there. Many people have a voice they don't know is their real voice, and they use an old voice called a post-puberty voice. So you can be 20, 30, 40, 50. We just had somebody come from the Midwest who talked like this. and everybody's making fun of him. And I changed his voice in seconds, and in a few days he had a masculine voice, and he left with a masculine voice.
Now, can you do that for a teenager? I imagine that there might be some parents who are a little concerned about sons or daughters who have voice problems.
You can do that for anybody.
Even though that they're going through puberty, and these are times in which the voice is going to crack a little, or...
Well, mainly these voices will settle back. If they don't settle back and they're not right, then you should have something done.
A young man's listening right now, and he really would like to lower that voice. How would you help him? He's
He's
young.
talking like this.
Yeah.
He's talking like that. Well, all he has to do is he breaks the body armor. In here, I have a technique. If you take your hand right underneath the solar plexus, right underneath the solar plexus here, you keep your lips closed. Now you're just doing, now press and say, Now where does the voice go? Try it again. You feel it around here, the voice comes down. And that's called breaking the body armor, and it's called pressing the magic button. It's as simple as that. So if you're talking here, you're and your voice comes down, and you use that voice, one, two. It's as simple as that.
Goodness, this is good. There's a lady in the mic with a question now. Let's hear your voice.
Actually, I have two questions. First question I have, you almost, I think you got close to it, was as you get older, does your voice wear out? I know you're talking about a voice getting tired, but does your voice wear out?
No, that's a misconception and a myth. If you use your voice well, like Jack Benny, Ann Miller the dancer, Bob Hope, the well-used voice will never give out. It goes on and on and on. And it gets stronger and fuller, and it's your voice to your dying day. The reason many voices go out in this country is people don't have the vaguest idea of how to use a speaking voice, so they talk all the way down. I talk right here, I talk like this, and they squeeze from the lower throat. And nature will not allow that. So if your voice is tiring, and it doesn't hold up throughout the day, it's telling you you're misusing your voice. Do something about it.
Well, then I would ask the question, if an elderly person is talking like that now, can they change their voice?
Absolutely. I work with people 83, 85, 95 years of age, and we've changed their voices. You can change it any time. You can do anything you want with a speaking voice, because the voice is an instrument. Pavarotti recently, he's an opera singer, said the voice is an instrument. I've been saying that for years, and people don't have lesson one on the speaking voice. So if you misuse it, and you take lesson one, if you have a self-help book, you learn how to use your own voice in seconds and minutes a day of practice, of course you can improve your voice at whatever age you're at.
And your second question was?
My second question is, I deal a lot with the public. And I'd really like to change my voice because I feel it's too nasal. And I feel it's a little bit too high to command.
Okay, doctor, help her out.
Okay, let's change the body armor and break the body armor. By the body armor, I mean the posture that you have. You have a certain posture, the way you stand and walk, and just the way you are. I want you to raise both hands straight above your head. Straight above your head. Straight up.
The world is watching this.
Go on. That's all right. No, I want you to say no, and I want you to say it loud.
No.
There's your voice. Say it again.
No.
What happened to a voice? Came down. Say no one.
No one.
There's your voice.
I can't walk around and go,
But
no.
you're not walking around. You just changed your voice, and it's holding down there. So you use a tape machine to hear that sound that just came out. That took how many seconds? 1 or 2 seconds.
Exactly. 1 or 2.
Did you hear the change?
Yes, I did.
All right, now you're up there again. You just put your hands up, and you say no, or you say any mantra, right, really, beautiful, and so forth. You use that sound, you carry it over, and you have a new voice.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Caller, you're on Channel 13's People Are Talking. Hello, caller? Oh, this is a shy one. Hello, caller. Not there, okay. What about the differences in Mondale and Reagan's voices? Which has a more commanding presidential sound?
I personally feel, and I'm not in either camp, that the voice that Ronald Reagan has is the voice of communication. It's very natural. It's one-on-one. It's conversational. And I personally feel, from my own experience, that he's going to win on the basis of voice alone. Mondale is hypernasal, and he doesn't use his voice well. For one reason or another, he's not aware of voice. We took a poll survey in Los Angeles of a book club, and I asked them about Mondale's voice. 3/4 of the audience does not like his voice. 3/4 does not like the voice of his running mate. And regardless of political affiliations, I asked about Reagan, and nearly everybody likes his voice and the way he talks. So it says that voice is a very important element, an aspect, and that is going to make a tremendous difference in the election and the campaigning, because Ronald Reagan is so listenable. He is the great communicator. He's the Republican side of the FDR ledger. And we like to listen to him because he is able to communicate with a voice that's very, very appealing and very attractive.
Okay, caller, you're on the line.
Yes. Hi, Beverly.
Hi.
I'd like to ask the doctor something.
Sure.
I was 10 years old. I used to sing very high soprano. And as a result, my singing teacher stretched my vocal cords. And I wound up speechless for about 6 months. When my voice came back, it came back very deep, and I sound like I have a frog in my throat all the time.
Right, you're talking from the lower throat. You're committing a Henry Kissinger, Brenda Vaccaro, in my opinion, deep throat voice suicide. I understand what you're doing. And you feel symptoms. What are your symptoms? You get hoarse, laryngitic?
Well, at least once a month, I wound up with laryngitis.
All right. Do you have aches and pains in your lower throat when you talk?
Sometimes.
Do you clear your throat a lot?
All the time.
Well, clearing of the throat and coughing are the leading symptoms of a voice problem. That's in the book. And most Americans think that because they have it, they have some neurological problem or postnasal drip or sinusitis or allergy. But it's basically due all too often to that lower throat syndrome. May I change your voice for you?
You can try.
Okay. I want you to hum Happy Birthday for me. Just hum it. Okay. Now, where are you placing the voice? Do you hear it's going higher? Say, Where do you feel it? Do you feel it around your lips and nose?
No, in the bottom of my throat.
All right. Now, you're talking around your lips and nose. You're talking higher than you talked a little while ago. I want you to say really like you're really a little surprised at what I just said. Say really.
Really?
Okay. That's pretty good. It's getting much clearer. Now, just a little higher, one note higher. Say really.
Really?
Good. Your voice comes out very clear. Can you hear it?
Yes, I
am. The
am.
laryngitis and hoarseness are gone. Can you tell?
Well, as long as I speak louder, it comes clearer.
If you
But
talk,
it also seems to be deeper.
well, you get deeper if you go a little higher. You'll get the lows of your voice by go a little higher because you're taking the sound out of the lower throat, and that's what you want to do. That teacher of singing pushed you a little too low in the lower throat, and that will go away if you learn to use your voice properly.
We want to thank you very much. Thank you, caller. Changing your voice, it can change your life. And I think there are some people who can testify to that today. They feel a little assertive, sexier, having a lot of fun. Thank you very much, Dr. Morton Cooper, for being with us on People Are Talking. And now, for one of the jazziest voices around, who will take us into the kitchen. Stay with us and meet Della Reese.